The true nature of our very being is to be in harmony. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Boulder Valley. Mystic Moments. We're so glad you've joined us here. We are here to love. That's the reason we're here, to love. And I want to talk about something today that it's been a very interesting process. So we're done with our Easter week, and I want to share with you what it's been like to be a minister, professional minister, ordained minister in a Christian culture. And I want to talk about what we believe and where that has been miscommunicated and misunderstood and why. So first of all, people say, "Oh, you're a minister. Are you a Christian?" And my answer to that is yes, I am. I am an original Christian. What? Yeah, I am. And then the next question is, do you believe that Jesus died for your sins? And I will say, I believe that Jesus is one of the greatest sages to ever walk the planet. And then I say, how do you define sin? And they go, well, why do you ask? And I go, well, because you just said that. So I want to make sure I understand what you're saying. And I do happen to believe that Jesus, the primary reason for his death is that he was a threat to the king because people were calling him king. However, the teachings of Jesus, I totally support. And that's what we practice in religious science. So the term religious science, that alone is conflict producing in people's minds and hearts. And they go, well, is that Christian Science? No. Is it Scientology? No. Well, what is it? So let's talk about what it is. What do we believe? First and foremost, we believe in the oneness of God. What does that mean? What does that mean? So in Buddhism, there's a wonderful phrase that there are infinite pathways to the top of the mountain. I love that. That there are philosophies all over the world, and there are different divisions of the different philosophies. There's many different interpretations of Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, Taoism, lots and lots of different interpretations. But ultimately, there is one God. So what is God? Sometimes I'm asked as a minister, where is God? Is God up in the sky in the clouds? And is he the one controlling us? You know, like we're all puppets and we're all kind of hanging on to the strings? Or is it a he? Is it a she? Is it both? What is it? What is God? Dr. Ernest Holmes writes, I believe in God, the living Almighty, one indestructible, listen to this, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. This one manifests itself in and through all creation. So really he's saying that God is energy, but is not absorbed by its creation, that it's infinite. It is infinitely creative. The manifest universe is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God. So in the 80s and the 90s, there was a phrase that I actually learned in ministerial school, that we believe we are God. Holy Toledo. That's not a good thing to say out in the world. What we can say out in the world is we are each individualized expressions of the one. That there is one source of love out of which all is created, whether it's a monkey in Africa, whether it's a an ant crawling on the sidewalk, whether it's a dandelion coming to, whether it's you or me. And certainly for those of us who have animals, we know that God is everywhere present. Certainly my life and Tom's life revolve around Lucy. She's the center of our life. And it's so easy to see love in animals, especially. One God. We are not God, the God. We are individualized expressions of the one. That has to be so clearly set out in the world. Because for us to be out there going, well, I'm God, that is so misunderstood. In the spirit of one, we believe that everything is spirit. The incarnation of spirit, Dr. Ernest Holmes writes, in all beings and in every person is an incarnation of the one spirit. So again, whether we're a pen, whether we're a water bottle, whether we are ourselves, we're all expressions of the one. Every single idea, every single manifestation is first an idea, and the idea comes from the divine. Whether we pay attention or not is up to us. So over the years, it's been a challenge in many ways being a, what my kids would say, a woo-woo minister, but really a new thought minister. Let's talk about new thought for a minute. New thought has kind of a dual meaning. When the English people came over from America, some people wanted a new religion, a new philosophy, like Ralph Waldo Emerson, Henry David Thoreau, so many of the other, Dr. Ernest Holmes, I know he came along a lot later, but so many other people wanted a new way of thinking instead of the old English kind of King James version. It's not right. It's not bad. It's not wrong. It's not good. It's not anything. It's just they wanted a new idea. So also we teach in New Thought that when we have a new thought about something, the universe comes in, fully supports us, and begins to help us manifest our dreams. Science of mind has taught me how to think. We believe that our thoughts create our reality. And I have to tell you, in so many of my classes, especially when I was teaching science of mind classes, especially like 101, which is what we had in the 80s, people would go, wait a minute, are you saying that I created my life? Are you saying that all that's happened to me and all that is happening to me, that I have some responsibility in that? Oh, I don't like this philosophy at all. It's the one thing that sends people running in the opposite direction. But we also know that there have been millions of people that have stepped into new thought, science of mind, unity, independent churches, divine science, and they go, wow, are you telling me that I can change my life and that actually I am responsible for the quality of my own life? Is that what you're saying? Really? It's one of the core principles of New Thought, of science of mind, of religious science. It's a delicious philosophy to live by. We also teach in the eternality of life, the immortality, the continuity of the individual soul. Over the years, I've talked to people who have said, oh, this is it. This lifetime is it. I'm done. I don't go anywhere. I'm finished. And my response to that is, well, I hope you make it a really beautiful one, because at the end of your life, this particular incarnation, are you going to be joining the 90% of humanity, according to hospice research, that regret their life? Or are you going to be proud of the life you're living? I've given a lot of statistics over the years speaking, and that one still takes my breath away. 90% of human beings, when they get to the moment of their transition point, regret the life they have lived. That's not what we're supposed to do. In order to live the life that, one, we have come to do, and then secondly, to love what we're doing and love our lives and live in gratitude. In order to do that, we have to believe that we are individualized expressions of the one, and the one is that loving energy that lives and moves and has its very being through each of us. That's about the only way that we can fully and completely at the end of our lives go, I am so grateful for what I've done. So over the years, I have worked with a lot of people who have struggled with anxiety. And one of the things that causes people, let me say it this way, that causes counselors to be in business as busy and as much as we are, is the idea that we are bad, that from the get-go, original sin, we're bad. Jesus never said that. Buddha never said that. Lao Tzu never said that. Krishna never said that. We are all beautiful beings, and truly we are original blessings, not original sinners. The most important thing we can do is go to the mirror and go, oh, I love you. I love you. I know you have made mistakes. I know you have screwed up. I know you're not perfect. But as a spiritual being, having a human experience, you are an individualized expression of the one. And think about this. No one has died because of you. No one has been hurt because of you. Now, people may feel hurt around you, and you may want to change some of your behaviors, but that doesn't make you bad. We are perfectly imperfect beings having a human experience as spiritual beings because we are individualized expressions of the one. So we're going to continue with really diving into what does science of mind, what are we really saying? Where are we making the mistakes in how we communicate to the rest of the world of who we are? And where are we getting our wisdom? Dr. Ernest Holmes would be the first to say, who's the founder of the science of mind philosophy, he would be the first to say, none of this is my original stuff. This comes from ancient wisdom from the sages and the saints and the yogis 5,000 years ago. So we're going to continue looking at what is the meaning of science of mind? What are we? Why are we so happy about it? And why is it that we love our lives so much? We should, we're supposed to. So this week, ask yourself, do I really love that person in the mirror? Can I honestly say in the mirror, you are perfectly imperfect and you do make mistakes and you're brilliant sometimes and who you are is absolutely wonderful. So thank you for joining us. Mystic Moments. We're going to continue doing this for however long we're going to continue to do this. Please consider tithing, donating so that we can continue. Go to our newsletter, the Center for Spiritual Living Boulder Valley newsletter. We're in the process of creating an online ministry, which is pretty darn exciting. So have a wonderful week. Know that love lives here and I love you. Thanks for joining me. The true nature of our very being is to be in harmony.